The family of Michael Dean, the 28-year-old killed by a former Temple police officer, is back from the nation's capital after meeting with President Trump about police reform. Fox 44's Kendall Green caught up with the family to talk about their visit to Washington.
Adam, the family tells me while they're glad they went to Washington to meet the president and they're glad he announced an executive order for police reform, their biggest takeaway was the fact that the president of the United States said Michael Dean's name and the nation heard it.
Say his name!
Michael Dean! Michael Dean's name, ringing from packed streets of protesters to the cover of Time magazine, and now from the mouth of the president.
Michael Dean.
Michael Dean.
The family of Michael Dean met with President Trump Tuesday afternoon, just before he announced his newest executive order aimed at police reform.
For us to actually to meet the president, and he sat down and actually listened to us and our stories, it was uplifting. It was great.
The family says the last 6 months without Michael haven't been easy, but the growing nationwide support is encouraging as they seek justice for their son.
He actually made it realize to us that he listened to us. He had to hear what we had to say. And he went out, I guess maybe 5 minutes later, to the Rose Garden and gave a speech to the world. And he mentioned our son's name.
They say they're optimistic that the president really listened and took action to change problems with policing across the country. And the Deans say they hope as more people hear Michael's name, their message gets out.
We wanted to be known that what happened to him wasn't supposed to happen to him the way it did. Hopefully nobody else has to experience this type of situation.
One of the special moments the Dean family shared with us about their visit to Washington was the opportunity to meet other families of Black Americans killed by law enforcement officers.
For a long time, it felt like we were just out here by ourselves. And to know that other people are going through the same situation, and hopefully there might be a group to this one day.
Though it's too early to predict how much impact the executive order will have, the Deans are optimistic that their son's death will bring about change and justice.
They do have a voice, even though they're not here, they still have voices. Their name is still being put out here for recognition. They won't be forgotten.
Now, coming up at 9:30, we'll look at what's in the president's executive order and hear what it means to the Dean family. In the studio, Kendall Green, Fox 44 News.